In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I recreated this Ford ad by using only stock footage. I'm going to explain my process and talk about some things that I learned throughout the experience. So let's roll the ad.
Look to the builders. No matter what goes wrong in this country, they're out there. Follow their lead. The ones serving and building others up. Look to the builders. Look to the people who don't give up on their principles when times get tough, but build on them. Look to the families, the communities, every small town, city, and schoolyard. Look to the places and ideals that bind us together and know that they will endure. They were built to last. Because in this country, we build with something stronger than brick or steel. We build with each other.
When I saw this ad, I thought to myself that a lot of this footage could be replaced with stock footage, or maybe even was stock footage. It doesn't follow a storyline that needs a lot of shots from one location or scene. Because of that, I thought that this would be the perfect ad to try and recreate. So without any further ado, I am now going to show you my version of the ad. For the purpose of this exercise, I used the exact same audio track that was under the original Ford ad.
Look to the builders. No matter what goes wrong in this country, they're out there. Follow their lead. The ones serving and building others up. Look to the builders. Look to the people who don't give up on their principles when times get tough, but build on them. Look to the families, the communities, every small town, city, and schoolyard. Look to the places and ideals that bind us together and know that they will endure. They were built to last. Because in this country, we build with something stronger than brick or steel. We build with each other.
I found a lot of value in doing this, and it opened my eyes to a lot of possibilities that there are with using stock footage. It's really cool that you can make really powerful content without actually having to go out and shoot any video. It also showed me how important a strong story and a well-suited song and voiceover and sound effects are for creating a really compelling and meaningful story. The reason why stock footage works so well on this ad, like I mentioned before, is because it's not dependent on any specific actors or places or scenes. For a story like this, footage that shows a vast amount of humans and experiences in geographical areas is actually going to enhance our story. So the first thing that I did in creating this was actually just to search for footage that I saw in the original video. Construction, firefighters, drone shots, storm shots, city shots, shots with Ford products in them. And while I did find some footage that was a good fit for the video, I realized that I needed to change up my approach. I realized that I shouldn't be trying to recreate the Ford ad shot for shot, but instead I should be trying to recreate the feeling and themes of the ad. So I identified strength, resilience, community, family, creativity, hard work, perseverance, building, helping others, and others that followed the same idea. Once I identified these themes, then I searched for footage that would fit the bill. Athletics, school, food banks, nurses, art, and so on. I downloaded over 100 clips and only ended up using a very small portion of that. When searching for and editing the footage, I also considered how the footage would work together. One really awesome thing that most stock video websites have is something called collections. This means that the person who shot the footage also shot more angles of the same scene or more scenes with the same actor. This can be really helpful when trying to tell a cohesive story. When you have more angles or footage from a scene, the video is going to read less as stock and it's going to look more intentionally created. Not every clip is part of a collection, and even if it is, it doesn't mean that these other clips are necessarily going to be useful for you. This is where it's time to get creative. It helps to look for videos that go together. They might not have been shot together, but they have the same mood or idea. For example, when I found this storm clip, I then searched rain, person in rain, raindrops, water. Putting clips that go together near each other will also help the video look more cohesive. In this case, I also put a stormy cloud shot later on in the video, just like the original Ford ad, and I think this kind of helped with the same idea. Another thing that I did was try and group videos together that had similar compositions, actions, or colors. For example, these 3 videos are all of people with their backs turned, and they also have very distinct silhouettes. These 3 clips are compositionally similar. This allows the cuts to be faster and for the brain to find similarity between these seemingly unrelated clips. Another way to do this is through action. These 2 clips go together because they show similar action. In this video, the gymnast starts to jump, and in the next video, the man completes the jump. These are just some ideas to help you look for footage that will go together nicely in the video and will hopefully help you sell that this video was intentionally shot and is not created with stock footage, even though it totally is. This sounds simple, but it took a very long time to call through all of the stock footage to find the actual clips that I was going to use in the video that fit together nicely. I found starting out searching very general and then getting more and more specific was helpful to me. Another aspect of this ad that I haven't really touched on yet is the car aspect. This is a car commercial, so we do need to have cars in it. And hopefully they are Ford cars because this is a Ford ad. This is where things became a bit more challenging. Ford vehicles is a very specific thing to look for on a stock video website. Maybe a little too specific. In the Ford ad, there are Ford logos, Ford cars, the Ford name on a building, footage of cars being built, and employees. Since we're just using stock footage, it is going to be hard to recreate all of this. However, there are some things that we can do to make it look like we're using Ford cars or Ford buildings or Ford employees. What we can do is look for close-ups of tires, doors, shifting, buttons. Another thing to do is to look for wide shots so you can't tell exactly what kind of car is driving. You just see a car with a vast landscape. And because this is a Ford ad, hopefully the brain of the person watching this will fill in the gaps and they will just assume that these are Ford cars. This is the best that we're going to be able to do with stock footage. When I incorporated this footage in with the others, I was very happy with the results. I don't think you can tell that these aren't Ford cars. I think because you know it's a Ford ad, your mind just assumes these are Ford cars. And I was able to find a video of the outside of a Ford plant. And I think showing that early on helps the viewer understand that this is a Ford ad. I was also able to find some footage of a mechanic that kind of looked like he was in a factory. So while we couldn't go out and shoot Ford cars or maybe even find exactly the footage that we wanted, by using these little clips of tights and wides, it gives the feeling that they are Ford cars and that this is a Ford ad. And so if you're doing something similar, I would just try and really get creative about what shots you're using and how you're using them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had so much fun recreating this ad. I learned so much in doing it, and I hope that me sharing my experience might have helped you as well. If you did find this video useful, give it a like, and if you'd like to see future videos, be sure to subscribe. I post one every other week. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Look to the builders. No matter what goes wrong in this country, they're out there. Follow their lead. The ones serving and building others up. Look to the builders. Look to the people who don't give up on their principles when times get tough, but build on them. Look to the families, the communities, every small town, city, and schoolyard. Look to the places and ideals that bind us together and know that they will endure. They were built to last. Because in this country, we build with something stronger than brick or steel. We build with each other.